Okay.
We here.
What's going on, people? It's been a long long time. We have been on a short vacation hiatus, whatever you call it.
Long vacation.
I'm
still on vacation. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not.
Nah, we still are dead out on vacation. Like, I'm going away in like 3 weeks. But we are back for the time being. What's good, people? It's your boy Macky OMO here with my brother, my kin, Johnny B. The that guy ever has a knife or razor blade or like a
shiv? Yo, you're painting me out to be some kind of character today.
Don't worry, he can line you up quick. You feel me? Johnny B, the Bonanza, the barber, Bonano.
Thank you.
We are the Paradise Podcast. What's going on, people?
Paradise Pod.
Unfortunately, I don't have any drops, which really is bothering me right now. I'm sorry.
There we go. Really I just dropped the bomb for you.
My computer's been in the shop. I appreciate the bomb drop. My computer's been in the shop. And yeah, it's been a difficult it's been almost a month now since I haven't had my computer. That's really why we haven't really been doing episodes. And, you know, niggas been on family vacations. The Bonano family vacation happened.
Bonano family vacation definitely happened. We did a lot of fun things. We had a good time.
I'm glad you guys had fun. But we ain't here to talk about your vacation. We here to talk about anime. We here to talk about cartoons. We here to talk about all that good shit that we like. You heard?
Oh yeah.
So
you're real hyper today.
No, I have to, bro. We haven't been here in a while. I feel like, you know, we got to bring new life in.
Yeah, you gotta bring the energy. Man. You gotta bring the energy, bro. Yo, work kicked my ass today.
Nah, yeah. So I'm gonna kick your ass too if you don't, y'all man. You gotta get this shit.
All right, I'm down. All right,
so
a lot of time has passed, right?
Yes. We're not gonna go into the stuff that we have already missed because it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, which is cool. I know. We have like a good 2 solid like points that we spoke about earlier that we wanted to bring up, and I guess like anything else, we'll just kind of volleyball back and forth.
For sure. So I mean, the first one we can talk about is the new Nickelodeon All-Star brawl game that's coming out.
And how did you feel about that reveal? Like,
shit fire.
Okay, so you're interested in this. You like the way this looks.
Yes.
Okay.
This shit is fire. I cannot wait till it comes out. You don't like it? I already know.
No. I don't have a negative opinion on it. I don't have an extremely positive opinion on it, but I don't have a negative opinion on it.
Mister, I want to stay on the fence all the time.
No, it's not necessarily about staying on the fence in this particular situation. It's about just being a little cautious. I'm more than likely gonna buy this game. My wife I showed the trailer to my wife and she already said, "Oh, that looks great. Like, I would want to get that."
Of course, she's a Smash.
Yeah, because she's the Smash queen. Yeah. Pause. But she's the Smash Brothers queen.
So she's the Smash queen.
I mean, to me, you know.
Yeah, I mean, hey, man, that's you in your bedroom. You feel me?
But you know, we're here for the pod, so we're gonna keep it as
please,
as clear cut as we possibly can. You know, the slip ups may happen. Anyway, so she was already into it. She said, "Yeah, like this looks great." We're trying to decide if we're gonna get that game for the Switch and keep it like a whole Nintendo vibe, or if we're gonna get it for the Series X and just play it kind of like snappy with the highest resolution I guess they make available for this title. It's made by a not so well-known developer whose experience in whatever games that they've put out already recently have been like low budget titles that are usually available for really cheap. They're also the same studio that's responsible for the Nickelodeon Mario Kart spinoff. Did you see the Nickelodeon Kart game that they did? They did 2 of them actually.
Is this like back in the day or not back in the day, but like
this is like very, very recent.
5 years?
This is probably like 2 years ago.
Oh wow, okay. No.
So you can look it up now if you have a moment to kind of browse while I go over it. but it's really, really short. This is a development team that they did the Nintendo kart, not the Nintendo, the Nickelodeon kart racing game that didn't get great reviews. They fixed a lot of, I guess, whatever they got wrong for the sequel. A lot of people mentioned that the second one was considerably better than the first one. It's basically a Mario Kart clone, like a lot of other companies have tried to do. And while that game was probably better than the first one they did, it wasn't like a, oh my God, this is a Mario Kart killer. So this same company is putting together this All-Star Brawls game with Nickelodeon characters. And yes, the gameplay from the trailer looks really good. And it looks very interesting, but I don't know if it's going to live up to what they showed us. Like, I don't know if it's going to live up to the hype, only because there's not a huge track record for this company. So I don't know. I'm just skeptical. I want to believe it's going to be a good game, but I wouldn't be surprised if this development team kind of lets us down with this Smash Brothers clone.
Okay. So you have a right to be skeptical, I guess, because it's coming from a very unknown source. And if you look at their track record, they may have not had the best track record in the past when it comes to games. I do know that this company also made a game called Slap City, which is a lesser known game, but it had a very big cult following, and the game grew popularity enough for them to get approached by Nickelodeon to now make this game.
Yes.
The reason why I feel like this game will live up is because Nickelodeon, they didn't really micromanage from what we were told by some of the creators of the game. Mm-hmm. They weren't like Nickelodeon gave them free range to kind of do whatever they want and add any other characters. So with that being said, that means we may get DLC, which means
they didn't show us everything in the trailer. There's obviously going to be new characters to look at and stuff like that. It could be really fun. It could be.
So what I've been hearing a lot about this game, and it's only because I'm not a Smash, like I've never played Smash, so I don't know what these things mean. But this game will have something that Smash doesn't, which is the wave dashing and the rollbacks. Do you know what that is?
Yes.
Could you explain, please?
Repeat the first part, because I'm looking at the developer information. The rollbacks, and what was the other thing?
Wave dashing.
The wave dashing. Wave dashing, I'm not that familiar with. Like there's basically like defensive maneuvers that you can do with Smash characters in general. And some of them move very snappy and some of them are a little slower. So like the larger characters can be a little sluggish. So there's I guess something comparable to those evasive maneuvers that they do in Smash that you can do in this game, which would just certainly be a straight up rip.
So from what I've heard is that Smash does not have this. They don't have wave dashing and rollbacks. That's something that the game, or Smash Ultimate, the last Smash game that came out, it does not have those. And this game will. That's why a lot of people are kind of clamoring towards this game a little.
So then those are probably, because I'm not a Smash expert. Like I'm not one of those guys that really sit there and play a lot of Smash. So I'm not a competitive Smash player at all. And I have barely put a dent into Smash Ultimate. I've probably played it for a few hours. I told you that Shimada's the one that beat it in our household. But I'm assuming that maybe some of these come from Smash Melee for the GameCube, which is supposed to be the snappiest Smash. Like it's like the quickest one out of all of them. So I'm not sure if moves like that were introduced in an earlier game, or if Smash has never had those types of moves. That I'm not entirely sure. It'll be interesting. I don't know if it'll be competitive the way Nintendo makes Smash.
This is what I've heard. This is another thing. This game will actually be competitive. That's what.
But says who?
They interviewed the creators of the game. This is coming from their mouths that it's
not
going to be.
No, but who did the interview? Where did this interview come from?
I can show you where I got the information from. Just give me 1 second, because I was watching a YouTube video right before, right while I was helping you handle your handle.
Yeah.
But from what I've heard is this game will be more it will be as competitive as the Smash games that have came before it. I got it from I'm still one off. Just give me 1 second. The name of the YouTuber
We have some new details on Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl. Hey guys,
is Valsky Bum 94. They said that Nick All-Stars Brawl is more serious than we thought. So if you want, I can give you the link and you can hear from him. But they did say that this game will be more competitive, or will be as competitive as the Smash. So there will be Nick Brawl tournaments, or that's what they're saying. This is a potential
that's what they're hoping to get with this particular game.
Exactly. So I'm very hopeful for this, even though I'm not really a big Smash player. I don't really play those type of games. I would play it if it was at the homie's house, or if
I would definitely play this game just because like I like that genre. Like I gave Brawlhalla a try and I really enjoyed Brawlhalla. Have you ever played that one? No. So that's like a free to play online game that plays exactly like Smash. It's another Smash clone. And they have like their own unique characters, but they license other characters also. I remember they have the license for Rayman, so you could fight as Rayman. You remember that character?
Yeah, of course.
And so they had stuff for Brawlhalla. That one has a pretty interesting online community. So I've played that. You can jump in and out of matches really quick. You could play one match and then leave. It's only online play, so you can only play against other players.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's one of those, like, their incentive is that every day you log in, you only get like 5 characters to choose from.
Oh, okay.
But
so every day it's like a new 5 characters.
Yeah, like they'll shuffle the characters around. I don't know if it's like an every day they shuffle it or every few days they shuffle it, whatever the case may be. Mm-hmm. And then like if you pay for more characters, then you get more character selections.
Okay. Oh,
yeah. So that one was fun. So I enjoyed that, and I'm sorry to cut you off. You were gonna say something.
No.
So I enjoyed that. So I'm looking forward to All-Star Brawl. Like I said, the gameplay looks fun. It doesn't look like they didn't try. Like it looks like they actually put together something dope.
I think this is funny because I think this is like the first time in podcast history. This is like the 10th episode. This is the first time where it's like you have an actual negative thing to say about something, because you're always so fucking positive. It fucking irks my soul.
Jesus Christ. My bad that I like to point out the good in things. I mean, I am giving them credit. I do think the game looks good.
Yeah, because
the trailer looks good.
Fuck that. If you don't like it, you don't like it. You just said
I don't know if I'll like it.
You just said that. You just said, I don't think that it's gonna live up to the hype, or that it may not be what we're expecting. That's what you said, right?
I just think that there is a possibility.
Live in your negativity.
We might be putting a little more stock into the game than it deserves, which is what I'm worried about. Would I like the game to prove me wrong? Absolutely.
Of course.
I would love for this to be a fun game because I'm gonna buy it. I don't want my money to be wasted in this situation. I want to enjoy this game, right? But here's I'm looking at this list, right? Because I found it. I found the list from the website of the developer. It's called Game Mill Entertainment. So Game Mill Entertainment gave us, the All-Star Brawl, which is coming soon. They made the video game for Cobra Kai, which I never played. G.I. Joe Operation Blackout, Nickelodeon Kart Racers 2, Street Outlaws, American Ninja Warrior, Golf Shootout PGA Tour, the first Nickelodeon Kart Racer, Big Buck Hunter Arcade, Monster Jam Crush It, Goosebumps Hold on. Goosebumps the game. They gave us Goosebumps.
Let's go back. What was the big what? Big
Buck Hunter.
That's crazy.
It's one of those shooting games where you shoot at deer and bucks in the forest and you hunt them. Not a game I would play.
I'm good.
Not a game I would play because I don't condone in killing and consuming animals. But we have Monster Jam Crush It and Goosebumps the game. In case you've always wanted to play Goosebumps, they made a game.
Did you ever watch Goosebumps as a kid?
The original TV show they had on Nickelodeon.
That shit was trash.
Yeah, I watched it. I liked some of it. I read more of the books.
R.L. Stein was a hack.
Nah, I enjoyed some of them. I really enjoyed
R.L. Stein was a hack.
The Monster Mask or whatever there was. There was like something about a mask.
What was the other one that man?
I like that one.
Nickelodeon did a lot of that. I'm sorry to get off. I mean, we're still on Nickelodeon, but
we are on Nickelodeon.
Did a lot of make a book into a television show. What was the other one? Animorpheus?
The Animorphs.
Animorphs.
Yeah, I read the Animorphs too.
Garbage.
Yeah, I didn't have as much fun with the Animorphs as I did with Goosebumps.
Story was just all over the place. Like
it wasn't that bad. It wasn't too bad. It wasn't.
I feel
definitely
you.
Not terrible.
I feel you.
Could have been better, but it was terrible. So I want to keep reading. I want to keep reading these. We had Cartoon Network Battle Crashers. Don't know.
I heard that was a good game. I heard
we got Rampala Fishing Pro Series.
Okay, John.
Big Hero 6. Frozen. Olaf's Quest. I like Frozen.
All right, John.
Transylvania.
Shut the fuck up, John. We fucking get it, bro. We get it. They ain't give a shit. So why should we even be surprised?
So I'm just saying that although the game looks good and I'm going to give them my money and I will buy the game and I will play it just to experience it because I think it looks good from the trailer, I would not be surprised if it turns out to be Goosebumps the game. Is what
Listen I'm saying. Right now. Most of those games I have never played. Like I haven't played
a single one of these. So not a damn fucking game. This will be the first time they ever get my money.
Listen, bro.
And I'm saying it. I'm saying it on the podcast. Game Mill Entertainment will get my money.
I feel like I have faith because I just feel like, just how it looks. I probably won't even buy the game, like to be honest with you. But
I do feel like because you're defending it, so you should buy the game.
There's no way I'm gonna buy it. I'll buy it once to not play it, bro. That's a waste of my money.
So you want me to buy it and play it first, and then tell you?
Let me know. Well, no, even then, I'll just come to the crib and play. Like, I'm not buying.
It's not a game that you really want, like, because you don't really play Smash Brothers either. So.
I don't play those type of games.
All right, so this wouldn't be anything that you'd be like overly hyped to look at.
No, I mean, I would be happy that you would be wrong. Of course, I'll be hyped. But
okay.
But I have like no.
I'm wrong all the time, bro. Don't give me that much credit.
Like, yeah, all right.
I'm wrong all the time.
I don't have that much like I whether the game is good or not, I don't care because I would never play the game or I never buy the game. But if it is good, man, I hope it is because fuck Nintendo, man.
Why? Why are you so upset? You play your Switch all the time. I see you be online.
Oh, recently, yeah, because I
see you
bought Mario Golf.
Poking your head in and out of the online Nintendo scene. I see you.
Oh my God. Mario Golf.
Is it everything you've ever wanted?
You did it again.
It's everything Ugo's ever wanted. Look at that face.
Playing the game for 3 days straight, bro.
Damn. How's that story mode? You like it?
That's what I've been playing, bro. That shit is fire.
So you play as your me?
Yeah.
So like you customized your me? Does it look like you?
Yeah, no, he kind of like me. He just wear all purple. He's
just a brown stick figure. That's all it is.
Yeah, I mean,
generic.
You know how they do us. You know how they do us. You feel me?
Yeah,
So, but
they just give you the skin tone. That's it.
The game. That's it. The game is really good though. The game is really good.
Yeah, I've never been
to move off of
golf guy. So.
The All-Stars Brawl.
No, I mean it kind of flows because we All-Star Brawl is a rip of a Nintendo property, and we're just talking about why this game would be interesting because we appreciate Nintendo properties. So Nintendo makes us like new genres, the kart racing genre. Nintendo gave that to us. Other companies have tried it. The Smash genre, Nintendo gave it to us. Now other companies are giving it a shot. So, I mean, Nintendo products are usually good. I've never been a big fan of sports games, so I never bothered with the Mario sports titles. So I mean, you're telling me this Mario Golf game is it?
It's fun. It's fun, but I just like, I don't know, man. I feel like any game that it's not like overly difficult to play.
Mhm.
I mean, it could be difficult because you want a challenge, right?
Yeah.
Excuse me. It can be difficult because you want a challenge, but you don't want it so difficult where you're getting frustrated and you don't even want to play the game anymore. And I feel like it's like right in the middle if you've ever played Mario Golf before. So
I have not.
yeah, so
I
like
definitely have not.
you
So that's
it's an
something.
easy learn, like it's very easy to play, but it's just, you know, all about timing. So like you have to hit the ball at the certain right time, and they even have levels where you have to chase after your ball. So if you hit your ball and that shit goes into a bunker, you got to run to the bunker and hit it out of the bunker. And like you got timed races where you have to be the fastest one in 9 holes to do 9 holes. So like what it means is like,
so it's just a speed trial.
basically, yeah, speed trial. So have stuff like that, and it's a really interesting game. Like I'm really enjoyed it. I've obviously put it down a couple of times because, you know, sometimes you need a break after you lost one, 2, or 3 times. You feel me? But
Yeah.
overall, for the most part, I've literally been playing it since I got it Saturday, and I've been playing it since, like, I started playing a little bit of Mario Tennis a little bit, but then I just kept looking at it in the Nintendo store, and I'm just like, let me just get this shit, bro. Let me get this over with.
Yeah,
Deleted that South Park game
rip,
that I had on
rip
there
the
that I never
band-aid off.
watched. Yeah.
Well, wait, which one you had, the stick of truth or fractured but whole?
Fractured but whole.
Okay. I haven't started that one because I was trying to finish Stick of Truth. I have it
The
on
Stick of Truth
the
hits
Xbox.
first, right?
Yeah, Stick of Truth was the first one.
Yeah, I have it. I didn't really.
They changed like the combat for the second one and everything. I was used to the Stick of Truth.
I didn't really like the game so far.
No, well, I'm a really big South Park guy. I was watching South Park at a very, very young age, very inappropriate of me. You know, where were my parents? But I was definitely watching a lot of South Park as a kid.
Me
So
too.
those games, they hit so many fucking nostalgia.
I remember
points for
times
me.
that I used to like fall asleep at my uncle's house, and I'll wake up and I'll see fucking a South Park episode when they were in hell, and the devil and Saddam Hussein were having sex. I was just like, what
That's
is
the movie.
Oh, that was the movie. Yeah,
That's
sorry.
the movie.
I'm just like, yo, what is going on? I went right back to sleep, bro. I was like, I'm not supposed to be watching this.
Bro, yeah, you missed the Uncle Fucker song.
No, I've seen it now that I'm older, but like this is when I was maybe in like the 4th, 5th grade, bro.
Yeah,
like,
I was
that shit, bro.
I was definitely watching that shit. Don't ask me how, because I don't even know how. At some point, you know, we just had cable. I just had like cable ran to my room. It was spliced.
Damn,
spliced the cable wire into my room.
Damn,
and,
you had that shit ran to your room?
Yeah, it was my dad's way of like keeping me out of his way. Just how it went. Yeah,
lit,
here
though.
you got TV in your room and you got your games in your room. Leave me alone. Okay,
it worked.
It did. So now we're here. Now I'm here now, Jesus.
But I think honestly that's it today because we're gonna keep it short.
Well, no. We have one more
we
topic.
Do? Oh,
yes,
I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I guess we have one more thing.
We have one more topic because we're
What's
not
up?
just gonna do an episode on Nickelodeon.
I'm sorry. I thought we were trying to keep
we never got a chance to talk about Nintendo's reveal. I guess we'll keep it pretty Nintendo-ish today. But Nintendo revealed that they're putting out a new Switch model.
the Switch OLED.
The Switch OLED. The Switch
OLED.
We just say OLED for short, but it's the Nintendo Switch OLED model.
So what is the hype behind this? Because I haven't really looked at it.
So basically, they made some hardware revisions. That sounds misleading. So they made cosmetic changes. There we go. That's better. They made cosmetic changes to the Switch itself and the Switch dock in order to make, I guess, the handheld experience a little bit more enjoyable. So they replaced the LCD screen that's on the Switch now. So the Switch that you have has an LCD screen with a 720p resolution on it, and they put an OLED screen on it instead, which is a much clearer display. OLED TVs look really, really nice. So they put an OLED screen. They made the screen bigger. So instead of like 6 point whatever the hell inch screen the original Switch has, the OLED model has a 7-inch OLED screen on it. So it's supposed to be brighter, clearer, a little bit more crisp. But it's still going to run at a 720p resolution. Nothing changes to the power of the Switch. The Switch isn't going to just give you better frame rates or just look nicer because it's more powerful. So the screen is different. And they changed the back of the Switch. So the kickstand isn't just like a little tiny, small, flimsy kickstand on one side. It's actually the whole back piece.
Okay.
Kind of like
that
opens
makes,
up.
That's something that actually needed to be changed cosmetically.
Yeah, so they changed the kickstand. So now it's the entire width of the back and it's adjustable. So it has 3 different adjustable positions that you could change how far you want the Switch to lean back. So they did that. On the dock itself, they took out one of the USB ports that are on the back end of it, where you put the HDMI cable inside that back box.
Yeah.
One of those USB ports is now a LAN adapter. So now you have the ability to plug an Ethernet cable directly into your Switch dock to access the internet instead of going through Wi-Fi or buying a LAN adapter. So an adapter that you would have to plug in
on the regular Switch.
Okay. On the regular Switch dock, you would have to buy an adapter. It plugs into a USB port, and then you would plug your Ethernet cable into your LAN adapter. So now if you buy the OLED model, you don't need a LAN adapter. It already has the port for it in the back. So if you play online or if you're watching Hulu and YouTube like crazy on your Switch on the TV, I guess it would just be a smoother internet connection because it's plugged in wired, which is usually a faster internet connection when it's plugged in. And that's it. That's all they really did to change the Switch.
It's the same processor.
It's the exact same everything. The screen is different, and the dock and the kickstand is different, but this Switch costs $350. So the regular Switch is a $300 Switch. The Switch Lite that does not connect to a TV is $200, and now the Switch OLED model is $350. So they're basically charging an extra $50 for an OLED screen, a new kickstand, and a LAN adapter. So that's what the OLED model is. And now they released the dock and the Joy-Cons in white. That was new. Nintendo's never released white for the Switch before. You could buy the shells like on Amazon or eBay or something like that and change the shells of your Joy-Con yourself, which I've done, and it's a bitch. So you could do that, which I don't recommend. I don't recommend. If you've never, this is for all the listeners, if you've never taken apart your Joy-Cons to change the shell or to replace the stick because your drift is just driving you bananas, it's not fun and it's not easy. You can do it. Take your time and pay attention to all those little tiny screws, and don't touch anything too rough or you'll break it. I had like a pair of throwaway Joy-Cons that I was changing the shells on, and I just completely broke the input for the R sensor. Just completely snapped it right off the motherboard. Jeez. Now I have no R button on that Joy-Con. Completely gone. So I need a solder. Like I could resolder that to the motherboard, but I've never soldered anything before. I would have to teach myself how to solder. I would have to buy a soldering iron and the little liquid to do all this. Yeah, it'd be a whole mission in and of itself. I could just buy a new Joy-Con and save myself the headache.
That ass.
I'm low-key thinking of learning how to solder, though. It seems like a useful skill. But that's it. That's the Nintendo Switch OLED model. So how do you feel about that?
I will say the only thing that I am interested in is the LAN port. Even though I've never had a problem with connection on my Switch. So,
well, what games have you played online?
I've never played a game online. So, but I've like watched like Hulu or some shit like that or YouTube. I never had a real issue.
Connection is always good.
Yeah, it's been fine. But a LAN, I think that's cool.
Yeah.
I think the new screen, the OLED
Mhm.
screen, I think that's cool. If the picture is going to be a little bit clearer, even though it's still 780
720. Yeah,
or
720p.
720p. And I think the back being adjustable and having a little bit more strength, because I mean, not that I use my
Your kickstand
my
on the
kickstand like
Switch.
that, but if I did, I could only imagine that shit breaking within
Yeah, like I bought my
minutes.
Switch used off of an old coworker of mine. And the Switch that he sold me didn't even have the kickstand on it. That's how flimsy it was. Just
Yeah,
no
I already
kickstand on
know.
it at all.
I already know. Yeah, so I'm good off that. But I mean, if people want to get a new Switch for $50 with a LAN port and a better screen, by all means. The cosmetic changes don't really do it for me. I mean, I never play the Switch as a handheld. I rarely do. If I play it, it's always on the TV, just because
Yeah,
that's how I play. I think I'm
most of your
off.
games.
Yeah, after, like, I think I've said this on the podcast before. After like the Game Boy Advance SP, I've never really been a fan. Oh no, actually, let me say after the PSP, the first one.
Yeah,
After that, I kind of
you
fell
didn't
away
do the
from
the portable
the
gaming
portable
stuff.
games, like, because I got my phone. I've had like
And
emulators on my phone
that's
and shit
but
like that.
and that's
So
that's the reason why these game companies want to make mobile games.
yeah,
That's exactly the reason why.
I totally get it, but I'm still not playing it. Like, I just like to play shit on the TV. I just like how it looks. I've always, like, it just gives me
You
that.
like a bigger display. You want to see a larger
Well, that's
screen. You want to
that's
feel like you're actually playing a
that's
video
what it
game
is. That's what it is. I think it's the big
environment. Yeah.
screen, having, like, if I feel like I'm in a fucking movie theater with that shit. Like, if my, like, I have a 43-inch in my bedroom, so I'm playing my Switch off that, and it feels like I have like a big ass fucking movie screen in my room, and I'm just playing the Switch by myself. It just feels so cool. So I've never really been on, or I haven't been on the handhelds. So I'm not
Yeah.
really. I'm not gonna go run out and get this. My Switch runs fine. It doesn't make sense to
Yeah.
upgrade at the
It's
moment.
it's
If
it's
I'm getting any
definitely for
system, it'll
people
be,
that don't have one.
yeah. If I'm getting any system, it'll be the Xbox, the new Xbox.
Series S or an X. Oh, no, you want a Series X, right? Because you want to be able to use the disk drive, no? Or you
Yeah,
don't really care too much about
I
the
want the
physical discs.
I want the X, just in case, because sometimes I may want to. I'd rather have the disc versus having everything on the cloud or on my
I mean, cool thing with Microsoft is that they have like all of the games that you've purchased are
well,
linked to your account, so you can
every
just download.
every gaming system does that. Nintendo does that. Like,
Yeah,
I still have the 2K20 that I bought on my Switch. It's still there. Like, I can download it at any time. So all of
yeah,
them do that. It's just, the space. So I just rather have the disc, and kind of for the retro feel, bro. Like, I like it, the aesthetic of having games in my apartment to show that I'm a gamer. Like, it
yeah. You
just
like
looks
to display
cool.
the collection.
Yeah. So I
I'm the
mean,
same way.
I'll probably get the X. That will be the only one, and that they would have to make a game for that I would be interested in to get. That's the only way I'm gonna get any new system. So I don't see me getting a new system anytime soon. I don't see me getting a new system anytime soon.
Yeah.
So
No, I understand. Yeah, and you know what? That's a sentiment that a lot of people in the Switch community have already touched on. A lot of people don't feel like they want to spend an extra $50 to get a new Switch that does the exact same things their old
it
Switch
don't
can
make
do.
sense. If the processor was faster and the battery was better, then maybe it would make sense.
Yeah.
But like I said, I don't even play it in handheld mode, so
Yeah.
it doesn't
No,
really make sense.
they did not do any hardware revisions for the Switch this time around. They literally just because the technology to make the Switch has gotten cheaper over the past few years. Remember, the Switch came out in 2017. We're already midway through 2021.
Mhm.
So it's already halfway through its life cycle. So a lot of people were expecting Nintendo to say, okay, here's a stronger console. You know, they did it with the 3DS. They gave us the, you know, I mean, of course, we know we got the 3DS XL, which is the 3DS that I have, which was literally just a regular 3DS that just was bigger. And then it was slimmer because the original 3DS was a lot thicker when it was folded in half. So it was thinner, but it was larger. And then they did the 2DS, which is just like the Switch Lite, right? So it was the main console, but like with things taken out of it. So like the 2DS didn't have a clamshell design. It was a big slab, and it didn't have 3D. You can only play the games in 2D, and the Switch Lite can't be played on the TV. It can only be played in portable mode. So they're kind of following the same thing. And then what they did towards the end of the 3DS lifespan was they gave us the new Nintendo 3DS, which was actually a stronger 3DS. And it had a really small collection of games that were exclusive to the new 3DS because of the processor. So you could actually play games like Hyrule Warriors and Monster Hunter and things like that on 3DS, and it was strong enough to handle that much commotion happening on the screen. Yeah, so people assumed that Nintendo was gearing up to put out like a beefier version of the Switch, and there's been rumors for months, and lots of people talking about it, lots of people anticipating, oh, we're gonna get stronger Switch, better resolution. There's some, you know, the NVIDIA chip that's in the Switch is capable of DLSSR technology, is what I believe it's called, where it's like an artificial upscaling technology that can artificially upscale something from 1080 to 4K. So it's not a true 4K, but it's like an artificially upscaled version of that. So the chip is capable of that, but it doesn't necessarily mean that that's what Nintendo is using it for.
Yeah.
So that's what they released. That's what they gave us. That's what we're getting at the moment. We're getting this improved screen and some white Joy-Cons, and the dock looks really nice because the edges are rounded instead of like squarish. So the white
for $50,
an improved screen for $50. Is it worth the $50 price tag? Probably not. But I think what Nintendo's realizing is that they haven't stopped selling Switches.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. If you don't have a Switch, then I would suggest probably get the Switch.
Buy the OLED model. Yeah,
it's
going to be beautiful to look at when you're playing it in handheld mode.
I'm mostly talking
to have
the
TV stuff.
Have the Switch, like the regular, the one that I have.
There's no reason to upgrade.
Even the new, which is even newer than the last model or whatever.
Yeah,
like
the version 2 update they did, which had a better processor, which gave it a little bit more battery life.
Exactly. So I feel like if you never had a Switch, get the OLED. If you did, do not, unless you just like to waste money, then at that point,
there is literally, like, unless you're a diehard like portable only kind of Switch player, like if you play it like that all the time, OLED model is going to be the way to go, hands down. It's going to look great.
That's what I'm saying. See, we're saying the same thing. We're making sense now. If you usually play that shit on your TV or projector or whatever, do not get the OLED because it'll be just a waste of money.
It's the same exact Switch.
It's the same exact Switch. There's nothing different from the one that's $50. If you do not play that shit in handheld mode, keep your $50 and get the regular Switch.
Well, it's not just the $50. You're basically buying in $350. You know, you're not just upgrading for $50.
No. I'm saying, like, if someone is saying I have $350 and I want the OLED, but I do not play it handheld, it's just like, what's the point?
There's no point. You might as well just get the regular one and save,
and then buy yourself a game or something. I mean,
use the $50 to buy it. You're right. Like, nah, hey, look, if you buy games physically, right? Physically, and you go to Walmart and buy it in store, Walmart always sells their full price games a little bit cheaper. So you can always go in and get a $60 Nintendo Switch game for $50 instead of $60 if you buy it at Walmart.
This is not an ad.
It's not an ad. I'm just giving y'all a tip. This is a pro tip. You want to save some money? I've learned that that's just something that Walmart does to be competitive.
All
You
right.
can go to Walmart and buy it for $10 cheaper.
Okay. All right, but hey, man, let's wrap up because
Let's
it's getting late.
wrap it up. It is getting late.
As we wrap it up, I do want to say that I completed our assignment for this week.
Oh,
I got a
really?
Black creator.
Let's hear about them.
His
Let's hear
name
about
is
them.
Jerry Lawson, and he
Okay,
is
hold on.
actually an innovator. Jerry Lawson.
I want to.
He's actually
search
an
this
innovator.
person.
He is the creator. He's actually called the father of modern gaming. He
Okay.
created game cartridges because
I've seen this person's face before. Okay.
before him, there were the only way you could play the game was like the game was in the whatever
The arcades.
console, yeah, whatever
Yeah.
console it was. You couldn't like take different, like there was no standard console how we have it now for like the 3DS or like the
With
Switch
interchangeable like
yeah,
gaming
like where you could
cartridges.
take
So
out, it was just you play one game, one cartridge. I mean, one game, one console, one game, one console, one game. He created the cartridge and he pushed that forward in 1976. So
Wow, that
just
was a
want to
great
give him a
find.
big shout out because he is a Black man and we are here to uplift Black voices and you know, other cultures too.
Yeah.
Um,
Unfortunately, I think he passed away in
Passed away in
2011.
2011, yes.
Yeah, so he's
RIP
no
to
longer with
Jerry
us.
Lawson. I think April 9th, 2011. I think.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing here
Um,
on my end too. So he was a computer engineer from Brooklyn.
yeah, he's from New York. He's from the East
He's from
Coast.
Brooklyn. Okay.
He was actually a fun fact about him. One of the co-founders of Apple, he had interviewed to work for him, and he didn't hire them.
Oh,
It's crazy, right?
I mean, things like that happen all the time. You're not
He
always
was
gonna.
in the same club, like some smarty scientist club in Silicon Valley with like Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak. I think that's his name. I believe that's how you say his name.
Mhm.
Hold on one second. 1 second. Steve. Where's his name? Yeah, Steve Wozniak. Yeah, his name was Steve Wozniak.
Steve Wozniak. Yeah, Steve Wozniak.
He was actually the one that tried to interview for the job at his company and didn't get it, and ended up creating Apple with Steve Jobs, which is crazy. But yeah, so he is my pick for Black video game creator of the week.
Creator of the week. No, this is an awesome find. Yeah, no, this was really, really cool.
It's very, very, I will say this, bro.
Self-taught engineer. Wow.
Very, very hard to find.
Well, this I'm sorry, keep going.
People of color, I'm not only saying Black, but people of color in the video game industry that really, that like there's even information on.
Yeah.
I'm sure there are, but you know, there's probably not that much information on them.
Yeah.
But yeah.
This article that I'm looking at about Jerry says that only 2% of game developers in 2005 were African American.
Only 2%?
Only 2% in 2005.
It's probably only 10% now.
Yeah, it's probably maybe 5% for all we know.
He was the only one. That's what they were saying. He was the only Black game developer. The only one.
Yeah.
At that time.
Interesting.
So yeah. Shout out to my guy.
Very interesting. I would love to read some more about this gentleman at a later time because I actually didn't know this. This is really cool. I appreciate you sharing that.
No problem, my guy. So what games are you playing right now and what television shows are you watching?
So the only game I managed to pick up was a game I just recently downloaded to my Switch. I played it for a little while, but it's an anime game. So I downloaded I downloaded Kill la Kill.
Oh, is it? Oh yeah, you told me you were gonna download that.
Yeah, so I did download it, and I started playing it for a little while. Fighting's really good. It's like an arena fighter, kind of like the way they did My Hero. My Hero
Okay.
Wants Justice. It
Okay.
plays like that, but the characters have like weapons, so it's hack and slashy kind of
Is it
gameplay.
there's a story mode?
Yeah, it's a very, very long-winded story mode. It's more cinematic than it is game.
Yeah.
But once you do the story mode, it unlocks the other playable modes, and then you can just go ham in the arcade stuff and play people online and whatnot. And I like so far, just from playing the little bit that I played, I definitely like the combat style. It's fluid, it's very quick. It's interesting, and the animation isn't bad. Even on the Switch, it looks very clean and it runs pretty smooth. No complaints so far with this game.
Okay, that's great.
Enjoying it. Yeah,
That's that. Okay, that's the only game.
that's the only game. I haven't had a chance to pick up my Series X in a while. The last time I went to it, for some reason, it's not reading my Ethernet cable, so I had to reconnect it to Wi-Fi, which isn't a really strong connection on that thing for some reason. So I got some work to do and figure that out.
Might have to just unplug your router and replug it. But what television game? Oh, what television game? What television shows, anime, cartoon are you watching right now?
So I'm getting caught up on My Hero Academia. So I don't know how caught up or behind I am. But I am appreciating where the story's going. Are you caught up in My Hero?
I'm on like 102.
I don't remember the number of episode I'm on.
I'm like an episode behind. Let me just say that.
Okay.
I'm an episode behind I'm waiting for the next episode to be dubbed. So like I'm like maybe 2 episodes behind.
Yeah, I think it's a 2-week cycle. So I mean, I like
break this week, I think.
I like that the story finally changed from the kids fighting each other in school to actually them
more
like
serious now,
doing
right?
shit. Yeah, them doing the work study with Endeavor.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. That's where I'm at right now.
I like it so far. It seems like there's gonna actually be some story progression there, which is what I wanted. So I'm happy.
What other shows?
That's really it. I originally wanted to give you my spiel on the Tomorrow War, which was the last like big movie that I saw, but I kind of don't really want to dive into that film anymore. I liked it.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was cool. I thought the cast was pretty good.
You thought the concept was cool?
I thought the concept was really cool. It's just a fun movie to watch. It's a fun movie to watch, like when you just want to see an action movie. Oh. Like it was a fun ride. Great concept. I think maybe if they tweaked some of the story elements around just a little teeny tiny bit, it probably would have been a lot better than what they gave us. I did get emotional in some of the parts of the film because the main character has a daughter, and there's like a real life connection there that I have with with father daughter relationships in like movies and TV shows. So it kind of hit home with that particular part of the storytelling. But other than that, it's an action movie about aliens. You know what I'm saying? There's not much to what you think it's about. It's about that.
Facts.
It's about shooting some aliens.
Did you see Space Jam?
I'm halfway through it. I gotta finish it. I'm halfway through it.
They're watching at the barbershop?
No, I was watching it here in the house, actually.
Oh, yeah, I fell asleep through it. I'm not gonna lie. It was kind of boring.
It's so far, I will admit, this is definitely just an ode to LeBron.
Facts.
That's what this movie is. This movie is just like, by the way, have you heard about my friend LeBron?
Those are Ferrari facts.
It's like, okay. I mean, I'm enjoying it. It's not terrible yet, like, because I haven't finished it. So I don't want to give you a full verdict. But I will say that this movie does not feel like it was meant for kids. This movie was for us. This movie was 100% for us.
Because what kid knows half of the characters that were in the movie? Like
exactly.
Even like the
Warner references.
Brothers, it's just
all those Warner Brothers. Casablanca.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro.
A black and white movie. Like there's not a kid today, like child right now, minor, that has enjoyed a black and white film like of their own of
They
their own
probably
free
don't even
will.
know what that is. They'll be like,
Yeah.
"Yo, is my TV messed
They don't
up?"
know. They don't know what the hell Casablanca is like, and like, even the Matrix. Like, I kid you not, it's happened where like we've gotten a young kid that came into the barbershop once, and we were watching the Matrix, and it was like, and he was like, "Oh, I've never seen this before. You've never heard of the Matrix? No, I've never heard of the Matrix. What? Like the Matrix? Like, you've never heard of the Matrix?
Yeah,
Like,
bro, because they weren't born yet. They weren't even a thought when the Matrix came out, bro.
but you know, we knew about movies that came out before we were born.
Yeah, but like, everything is there's so much shit that's thrown in these kids' faces today. It's just like I'm sure they're not even paying attention to like the shit that because like when and this is not a music podcast, but when young children come and say, yo, Biggie Smalls or Tupac I didn't really like them, they were whack. It's like, okay, I get it. Like I understand why you wouldn't like them because
It's
they're
not
not
your version of hip hop.
That's what I'm saying. That's why for me, I will never go and say KRS-One is the guy for me. Like, no way. But if someone is like who
I
was born in
definitely fuck with
88,
KRS-One though.
if someone who was born in 88, or I'm not gonna jack what Big Daddy Kane is saying, or none of them niggas, like, because they wasn't whatever they were saying wasn't for me, So I feel like, shit like that. But just so we can close, because it's getting kind of late. Just so we can close.
We gotta go.
The shows that I watched, I'm caught up on the Bad Batch.
Nice.
I'm all
Me
caught
too.
up. It's a really, really good show.
It's getting interesting, right? I'm enjoying it.
Well written. I want to talk more about that maybe next episode.
We could do a Star Wars talk.
Yeah, after the next one is
Like an updated, like, how do you feel about the current state of Star
Yeah.
Wars and everything? That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Have you finished Clone Wars and Rebels before we even have that?
I haven't. Rebels happens after the Bad Batch, right?
Yes, Rebels is already completed. You can watch the entirety of Rebels.
No, but like I'm talking about the events in
the
chronological
events
order.
in chronological order, yes, they happen after the Bad Batch.
Yeah, so that's the only reason why I haven't watched it.
Are you waiting for the Bad Batch to finish?
I mean, I'm kind of now. I would have to because I'm trying to watch everything in order. Like I haven't even watched. Even I tried to watch it, the Solo movie, and I haven't watched. I've seen 4 and 5. I've seen all of 4 and half of 5, and I haven't seen 6 or 7, 8 or 9. So I'm trying to keep it in order and watch all the other shit that is coming on the sides and all the other shit. So I'm trying to just do everything in order.
I would highly, highly, highly recommend that you don't wait to dive into some of that. It's a lot of content. It's a lot of Star Wars. There's a lot of Star Wars. I would run through it because Rebels is going to take some time, and some of like what just happened in the Bad Batch, like with that whole situation on Ryloth, like Hera is like practically one of the main characters of Rebels.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it was just really cool because we were like, oh my God, Hera's a kid. And you get to see like her origin story that they gave us, which was really interesting. But it's something that I recommend you just go ahead and watch it, because the ending of Rebels is going to connect with the events that are going to happen in Ahsoka when they give us the live action Ahsoka series.
Can't wait.
And you have to watch Rebels before that comes out.
Oh man.
Which I know you will, because we got plenty of time for that. But you gotta watch Rebels.
I'll watch it because I'm not really watching anything right now. But
the burn through.
I caught up on that. I'm caught up on Tokyo Revengers. Okay. I'm not caught up because there's a season 2, but I'm watching it. It's really good. I think I mentioned it the last time. You did. A guy, just to quickly summarize in case people didn't really hear, but it's about a guy who basically can go back in time, and he's trying to save this girl that was killed in a gang war in the future or in the present. Yeah. And he has to go back in the past, like 12 years in the past, to figure out and help out in the situation, basically. And it's a really good story. Like I wouldn't think that I would like it, but the character development is really good. I just like how the characters interact with each other. Like it's really like they're really nice and friendly and shit, but they really, really like it. hood niggas. Like, you feel me? They're really gangsters, like for real, for real.
Gotcha.
Like they run whole gangs and stuff. Like the main character is cool with the leader of a whole gang. And there are people in that gang that don't fuck with the leader's man's, who's the main character, because it's like, bro, you're mad weak. You're only here because you're cool with Mikey. If it wasn't for Mikey, you wouldn't even be one of the, you be a slave like you were before, getting my drinks and fighting for me and stuff like that. So it's a really good show.
Okay.
Caught up on My Hero, started
Nice.
rewatching One Piece. And I'm caught up on One Piece as well. That
Nice.
I wish, bro, you need son, please.
Someday.
Please.
I'm not leaving that door shut.
It is so good, bro. Like what's happening right now in One Piece, it'll blow your mind. And if I tell you what's happening, it'll basically spoil everything for you. So
Yeah,
that's happening right now. I don't think I'm watching anything else except for those. I tried to watch Cowboy Bebop. I watched like an episode. I'm gonna try to go back to it once I kind of get back into that mindset.
Yeah.
But I think I just want like a funny light anime. Like I feel like Cowboy Bebop, it's too heavy and too dark for what I'm looking for at the moment.
Gotcha.
So,
makes sense.
I need something a little not lighthearted, but just not as complicated, like
yeah.
And for as far as video games is concerned, I'm only playing Mario Golf right now. Great game. I was playing Mario Tennis and I played Dragon Ball Fighters. I tried to play some of the story, wasn't feeling it. So I just cut it off and I just started playing. I bought Mario Golf and been playing it ever since. It's a great game. If you like Mario, if you like golf and if you like Mario, I promise you'll like this game. And if you download it, hit me up. We could play online. Like this is the only console that I have online for that. I'll have it for the next year. So play me online. And if you want, Nintendo Online, it's like $20. So go
$20 for the whole year.
The whole year. Go get that joint. But let's close it up. Let's close it up, people.
Let's take it out of here. So we want to thank you guys for tuning in and listening to another episode of the Paradise Podcast. You can listen to this episode of Paradise Podcast on Anchor, and while you're there on Anchor, you can leave us a donation of any monetary value you see fit. If you like what it is that we do, you want to give us a little bit of funding, help us give more to you guys, there is a way to do so, and you can donate to us on Anchor. If you're watching this podcast on YouTube, I know that we're going to have all of our socials linked down below in the description. You can follow the podcast everywhere on social media, all of them. Which social medias? All of the social medias. You can follow us at our personal social media accounts, which will also be linked, and let us know what's going on with you guys. What are you guys watching and playing? How do you guys feel about this Nickelodeon Smash Brothers clone? Does this look like something you guys want to play? Will it never be better than Smash Brothers? How do you guys feel about that? Are you looking into buying a new Nintendo Switch? Would you buy the OLED version? Do you care about the better screen? Do you guys play your Switches mostly in handheld or dock mode? I would like to know. So leave a comment down below. Make sure you guys subscribe, share the podcast with people that like and appreciate anime and video games. And we will catch you guys on the next one. We out of here.
Peace out, people.
Peace.